Isn't this what we all strive for? Peace and quiet in the comfort of your own home, enjoying a nice cup of tea, scrolling on the internet, trying to find something to watch.
If you didn't know, I moved out of my parents' home about 6 months ago, and it was one of the greatest changes in my life. I made a whole video about it. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and it was just such a major shift and such a major milestone for me and my life. I went from literally going from the room that I grew up in and spent 90% of my life in to my own whole apartment by myself. Now, I'm gonna tell you straight up, no matter what age, race, nationality, gender, moving out of your parents' home into your own living space by yourself is literally one of the biggest changes that's gonna happen in your life. And I'm talking about financially, socially, and even your simple day-to-day routine is going to completely alter. And in this video, I simply just wanted to speak to everyone who may be transitioning to living on their own, considering leaving on their own, or they are currently living in their new space, just trying to figure things out. And basically in this video, I'm gonna be going over my personal experiences. So this is the pursuit of this home. This is the move-in process, my first night, and basically everything that I've learned within the last 6 months to help anyone that is looking to move, or like I said, anybody that I mentioned in the last category. Basically, I just wanna help out all my brothers and sisters trying to just go into their own space, because it is a huge transition that all of us are soon going to make in our lives one day or the other. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how it is for wherever you may live in your city, your state, but I know where I live in New York City, it is extremely competitive. It is very hard to obtain and afford an apartment. So whatever your budget is for rent, guarantee you just leave some room up top, because if you just cut it off at no, this is this price and that's it, guarantee your options are gonna be pretty thin. And guess what? Like I said, in New York City, especially in New York City, there is little supply, crazy demand. For fellow New Yorkers that have lived here all their lives, like me, and then you got a lot of implants that are moving from Connecticut or moving from Nebraska, and they're trying to get the city experience, the New York lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes it hard for everybody. But I know for where I live in New York City, or if you're in a very competitive market, maybe let's say LA or something like that, or Miami or whatever, I guarantee you, like, please, whatever your budget is, leave some room, because I'm telling you right now, like, you're gonna be disappointed with the price that you put, guaranteed. And let me tell you how competitive it is. So when I was searching for an apartment, literally I would see said apartment on Monday on whatever I'm using, Zillow, Street Easy, whatever. I would see it on Monday, and then by Friday, I would hit up the realtor and they're like, hey, a lease is already being signed for the property. I can maybe show you this unit, but it's $500 above your budget. Literally, that was how hard it was to get an apartment. And guess what? I wasn't even looking during the summer. I was looking like literally towards the end of the summer, where competition should be slowing down. So imagine looking during July and August and June, and like it's insane. It's insanely competitive, and it is insanely difficult. I had to literally hound realtors to see an apartment. I had to email, text, call, do multiple follow-ups to make sure that they didn't forget about me. Because literally realtors, like I said, they have 10 renters and 3 apartments. They're gonna get their sale no matter what. So whether it's going to be you or Sally or John or Luke, it doesn't matter to them, because either way, they're gonna get that broker's fee regardless. So I'm telling you, like, it was a very, very annoying experience that I do not want to go through ever again. I'm probably going to have to, but it's gonna be a little different because now I have experience. And now see, this is the thing. right? So even after all the emailing, all the texting, all the calling, all the follow-ups, right? I finally land that tour. You finally land that tour. You take the tour, you're looking at the apartment, you're imagining furniture here, you're imagining all the events you may hold here, all the shows you're gonna watch in the living room, and what type of TV you're gonna put in there, and what type of couch you're gonna put in there, and I can fit a queen mattress. Oh my God, it has a walk-in closet. Oh man, this is great. Oh, it's right by the laundromat. Oh, the train is right here. Oh, this is great. You imagine all these things, and then guess what? I got the drastic text. You were not chosen for this apartment for said reasons. If you'd like, we have other units for you to see. Who wants to hear that? But I'm telling you, it was just a complete stab in my heart. Like literally, just like I literally had that experience twice. But specifically with this one apartment where literally I walked in with my girl, whatever, and we was both messing with it. We was both like, oh yeah, this is cool. Oh, it's it's right. It's still by your parents. All right. Oh, this is nice. Ooh, and it's by this train and that train. Oh man, and it's still near your gym and all these different things. And I'm imagining stuff, and it was also like really close to her, so she could just walk and blah blah blah. And we're like, oh man, this is great. You know what I'm saying? And then to get that text, when I tell you my heart dropped and it ruined my mood for the rest of the day, like I'm telling you, like, so for anybody that's going to be in the pursuit or is currently in the pursuit of their new apartment, I'm going to let you know right now, it is a complete roller coaster of emotions where you're gonna get these highs of you're touring the apartments and you're sending out these tours and appointments and all these different things. You're sending off these documents to the realtor and to the landlord and all these different things. You're anticipating their response. You're seeing the tour, but please, please, please be ready for the lows of not getting picked for whatever reasons, credit, income, or just because someone was there first, or you know what I'm saying? Like, just be prepared for the lows. Be prepared to not get your dream apartment. Be prepared to not get chosen for just whatever reason. Be prepared to be ghosted by realtors. Be prepared to not get responses by realtors. Just be prepared for the worst, And my advice is literally just ride the wave. Ride the wave and just be patient. Be patient and wait. You wanna know why? It's because once you finally sign your name on that dotted line, it'll all be worth it. So please, please, I know it may be hard. You got denied for whatever reasons, or let's say your credit's not the greatest, so you're getting denied and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Just be patient and just let God guide you, and everything will be okay. So let me paint you a little picture, right? You're 20 years old, you have your queen mattress and your bed frame that you saved up for. You have a little metal ladder that you use as a seat in the living room, and you have a TV on the floor. That was me 6 months ago. And when I tell you, I was flooded with emotions. I was flooded with so much gratitude and also, yes, happiness, right? And I literally sat down on that metal ladder in my living room, having one-on-one talk with God. You know what I'm saying? Expressing my gratitude, blessing the house, making sure that anyone that comes in is blessed and doesn't bring forth bad energy. You know what I'm saying? And no one could tell me anything, right? No one. I was sitting on a metal ladder. I did not even have a fold-out chair. But you could not tell me that I wasn't a king sitting on my humble abode. You couldn't tell me anything. You could not tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't comparing myself to to anybody on Instagram or any of my peers. It was just me, myself, and I sitting on that metal ladder. And then came night, where I'm not gonna lie, I got a bit afraid because I was like, at least for the near future, this is how life is gonna be. Like, if I'm too lazy to cook, guess what? Now I gotta spend money outside. There's nobody there to, make me a little food or whatever when I'm a bit lazy or when I work a lot of hours. You know, like my mom will maybe come through or whatever. Or even my pops every once in a while will come through a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Where we're like, all right, cool, I'm gonna make you a little beans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a little lazy or I'm sick or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm bored in the house, there's no one to bother in the living room. You know what I'm saying? My mother is not living with me, so I'm not gonna go and pull up in the living room. You know, that's what I would usually do. I'll bother her, and you know, she loves it. She misses it. You know what I'm saying? And I got a bit afraid, but I'm like, wow, this is the new normal. And that was my first night. It was just so many emotions, but so much gratitude, and just so much like, wow, things are completely different. Things are completely changed, probably for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? It's such an unmatched feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's completely unmatched. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying to you is, for the people that maybe signed that lease and they're about to finally get their keys, or for the people that's in the pursuit of their apartment, be pleased, man. This whole process is just so much emotions. Like I said, I'm a pretty stable man. I'm a pretty stable guy. I'm not really very emotional. But when I tell you, like, you will see so many highs and so many lows, it is insane. But I will say though, for the first night, you're definitely gonna, for me at least, I received way more highs than lows. When I tell you, there were some things I did in this house that I've never done before, you know, because I'm like, wow, I'm alone. Like, you know, TMI, I'm not gonna go into it, but you know what I'm saying? But literally, like, expect that, you know, on your first night, there's gonna be a huge flood of emotions, and it's just gonna be, just don't try to fight anything. Just sit there, ride the wave, and take it all in. Take it all in and bask in the moment, because you only get your first apartment once. Your next apartment is gonna be your next apartment. You only get your first apartment once. So now I want to pivot into what I have learned over the last 6 months. And number one, which is coming from what I was just talking about how my TV was on the floor and how I was sitting on a metal ladder, is that you don't need to rush, right? I don't want y'all to jump into a whole bunch of credit card debt for furniture, for the PS5 and for the coffee table and for the dining table and this and that, the deep freezer and all this. Like, everything will fall in place. Everything will fall in line. It's perfectly fine to not have everything furnished. It's fine to just have the mattress but no bed frame. It's fine to have the fold-out chair but no couch. It's fine to have the TV without the TV stand. It's fine to not have. Don't go out here comparing yourself to your peers or comparing yourself to people on social media, on YouTube, or comparing yourself to me. Like, oh man, he's 21 living in his own apartment. I still live with my parents and I'm 35. Yo, we are all on different paths. We're all on different rides. We're all given different purposes by God. Literally, relax, chill. You're in your new apartment and all you got is a little air mattress and a 30-inch TV. Applaud yourself, man. Applaud yourself. You know what I'm saying? It is fine to not have. If you don't have the couch, you don't have it. If you don't have the TV yet, you don't have it. Guess what? You have an apartment. You have somewhere to live. There's thousands of people, millions of people on earth that don't actually have a stable place to live. You know, so be grateful. Don't be so hasty to jump into all this debt just to impress your friends or impress your family. Like, oh mom, look, oh dad, look all this furniture I got. But they don't know that you're in $8,000 worth of debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Just don't feel pressured. Everything will fall in line. So now, let's go back in time, right? So, you know when you would be in a rush to school or work, you know, living in your parents' house and, you know, you were really in a rush, you had to leave, but you left dishes in the sink. You left a bowl or a spoon or whatever in the sink. You know, when you come back at night, it would just be magically washed. Yeah, so the dish fairy doesn't exist. When you live on your own, if you leave a bowl and a spoon in the sink Monday morning, when you come back from work, it'll be there Monday night. And if you leave it there again, it'll be there when you wake up on Tuesday morning. So please, 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 I'm telling you right now, I learned it the hard way. The dish fairy, the cleaning fairy doesn't exist. So when you get your own apartment, let me tell you something, right? Like, I know like when you live with your parents, usually you're given chores or you're given tasks, things to do. When you're living on your own, there's no more chores and no more this or that. Like, you have to see cleaning as top priority. And what I mean by that is simply just, it is no longer a chore. It should be just a part of your day-to-day routine. It should be above a chore. It should just be seen as something like cooking or eating in the morning or eating lunch. That's what it should be seen as. And that also goes for leaving clothes everywhere, or your remotes and your keys. Have dedicated places for everything. Like, I have my keys in my key rack with my wallet and my AirPods. I have my remote always on my coffee table. You know what I'm saying? I always have a candle on my coffee table. You know what I'm saying? I have my camera equipment in a bin under my bed. I have, cause literally there was a point where I was working like 60 hours a week and I would have everything all over the place and it would just make my mind scramble, because guess what? A messy home becomes a messy mind, which could slowly leak into a messy life where you're losing things, you're forgetting things, you're misplacing things, you're not in your equilibrium. So make top priority of cleaning. I'm not saying everything has to be squeaky clean. I'm not the most squeaky clean dude out here. My place isn't dirty or anything like that, but make sure like you put things where they're supposed to be. Don't put them there, put them away. Don't put them over here, put them away where they're supposed to be. And you're not gonna end up with, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I'm gonna keep it real, right? Like maybe a week ago, I kind of just got lazy and I just started like leaving my clothes everywhere in my room, because I'm like, oh, I don't spend a lot of time in my room, because I do everything in the living room. I edit in the living room, I shoot in the living room, I play games in the living room, I eat in the living room. So I'm like, as long as my living room is clean, which my living room has always been clean, that's all I care about. But then I noticed it started messing with my brain. It just started making me think more messy, and I just started prioritizing it, and now my mind is more clear, my mind is more silent. You know what I'm saying? So please make cleaning a top priority. And now, for anyone in the pursuit of their first apartment, house, whatever it may be, you know, my message to you all is to be patient. Don't get discouraged. Be patient, but keep in mind, you're not gonna get the perfect apartment. You're not gonna get the perfect home. You're not gonna get your dream apartment, the apartment that checks all the boxes. Just make sure that the unit that you're looking at checks off the important boxes. Like, is the electrical good? Are there rats? Are there cockroaches? Are there holes in the walls? Are the walls weak? Do you have noisy neighbors? Like, is it a noisy building? You know what I'm saying? Just make sure it checks off the important boxes. If it doesn't have a balcony, guess what? You can move later into a place that has a balcony. When your money's up, when finances make more sense, when the economy is better. But, there's no need to try to pressure yourself into getting your dream apartment or your dream place. And now, secondly, please, if you can, stay home with your parents as long as circumstances allow it, as long as everything is okay over there and it's not affecting your mental health, your mental well-being. Stay as long as possible and save your money. This economy is not the greatest. Things are expensive. Life is expensive. You know what I'm saying? It was a very interesting experience paying rent for the first time and paying an electric bill for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So all that's gonna be a big shock to you, no matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? So please, if you can, if circumstances allow it, stay with your parents as long as possible. You know what I'm saying? Push your pride to the side and just save as much bread as possible. Save as much money as possible. And for whoever who is in their new place right now, let's say they just signed their lease maybe a couple weeks ago and they've just moved in, they're unpacking boxes and all these different things. My number one message is don't rush and bask in the experience, please. You know what I'm saying? You don't need all this furniture right now if you don't got the bread. You know, I literally was working 60 hours a week, hustling, saving. So I was literally saving like 50-60% of my money every week, sending that to a savings account. I stacked up over 10K to be able to move out as quickly as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because literally the moving fees alone was like almost 4K because I had to pay rent basically 3 different times for 1 month. You know what I'm saying? The broker's fee, the first month, the security deposit, all these other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I saved up mad bread over a couple months, you know what I'm saying, to be able to afford to get the couch, to get my coffee table and my computer desk and the TV and all these different things. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't got the finances, it is fine to not have. You know what I'm saying? Don't be discouraged. You know, slowly, as you save more money, as you're making a little bit more bread, you're gonna be able to make this place your own, to make this place feel like you. Okay? Even right now, for example, these curtains are $10 curtains for the 99-cent store. They're not even hanging up properly. You know what I'm saying? I'm embarrassed of these curtains, but I'm not gonna let that make me not shoot this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna compare myself to whoever. You know what I'm saying? We're all on our different paths. So please don't get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? If all you got is an air mattress and a pull out chair, that is perfectly fine because there's people that don't have any. So as long as you let God guide you, as long as you remain calm and just remain positive and let Him guide you, everything will fall into line. All that you're doubting about will fall into line. When I tell you, I was truly doubting life in a little bit when going from my apartment. You can ask my girlfriend. I was having mood swings where I would snap on her because I didn't get chosen for an apartment, and that's why. She's just the greatest. You know what I'm saying? And at the time she kind of didn't understand, but then she was like, "Oh, I see what it is, because I see your situation at the crib, and I know that you really need to get this new apartment as soon as possible." And he knew, and like I said, he knew exactly how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? And landed me such an amazing realtor. I'll never forget him, Elric Mayers. I'll show his business throughout the video. He was amazing, very honest guy, and definitely helped me get an apartment. Especially if you're looking for an apartment in the Bronx area, I would definitely contact him to see what he has in your budget. And yeah, if you love this video and you found it very helpful, please like, subscribe, share to any people that might be moving into their new apartment or finally considering to move out of their parents' home and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Share this to everyone. You know what I'm saying? And if you want a more one-on-one talk with me, you can always hit me through my socials. My socials are now linked in my description. I have Instagram and all these different things. I don't use TikTok anymore, so but you can always hit me through Instagram, and I am always here to support anyone out there. Comment what you're going through right now. If you're in your new apartment, I would love to know. I love seeing people win. And I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the new kind of format that I did. I wanted to be really cinematic. I really wanted to put my creativity on the plate. And I want your guys' feedback. Let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? And it has been the Don's Journey. I shall see y'all in the next video.